This video will contain major spoilers from Shingeki no Kyojin Attack on Titan Chapter 84. You have been warned. Hello everybody, and as I promised about 2 days ago, here is the review on Chapter 84 of Attack on Titan. Now, I also want to say thank you to all of you who watched my most recent video on getting it to almost 1,000 views in the first day. This is the first time one of my videos has gotten so many views in this amount of time. Anyways, so I found a translation of Chapter 84 on my Facebook feed today, and I'd like to give credit where it's deserved. Fukishu on Tumblr is where I found this translation, so thank you for that. Okay, so now on to the review. First thing we see, of course, is where the chapter left off, when I finished my last review. We have Levi looking at Eren and Mikasa, and he says, "Do you two realize what you're doing right now?" And he has a good reason to say this. He asks them if they really want him to hang out Erwin to dry. In other words, Levi is asking Mikasa and Eren if they really want him to kill Erwin. If I was in Levi's position, I would agree with him since Levi really does care for Erwin. So Levi tells Eren and tells Erwin, God, I cannot speak. So Levi tells Eren and Mikasa to step aside, but Eren isn't taking any of that. We see him grab onto the Titan serum box. Levi doesn't seem too fazed by this as he goes on to say, "Eren, abandon your personal feelings." But once again, Eren basically just ignores Levi's orders and says, "You want me to abandon them? Why didn't you give me the serum immediately before?" And I can see where he's coming from, because Levi was about to give Eren the serum in the last chapter, but didn't in the end. And then Levi said that he was still considering the fact that Erwin could still be alive, and Eren says, "You couldn't have expected for Flock to carry the commander over here." So hey, that random fodder soldier finally has a name. Not that I care, but Flock, you nearly ruined everything, so literally just leave. There's a frickin' door. Anyways, so Levi decides to punch Eren out of his way so we can get to Erwin and inject him with the serum. And of course, Mikasa is triggered. Mikasa's triggered face. She jumps on top of Levi and pushes him down to on top of the roof. Originally, I thought Eren had grabbed the serum and Levi had jumped on top of Eren. Insert Lenny face here. And Mikasa is surprised because usually Levi would not let his guard down so low. And of course Levi tries to convince her to get off by saying that without Erwin's strength, humanity cannot defeat the Titans. And then Mr. freaking Flock Fodder Soldier is backing up Levi by saying, "The captain is right, Mikasa. Don't do anything drastic. Put down your sword." And Eren, who almost fell off the building, says that if they let Armin die, it wouldn't be any different than if they let Erwin die. He preaches that there would be no difference if they let Armin die, since he was the one who came up with the trust recovery option, figured out that Annie was a female Titan, and even come up with the idea that they should leave for the Wall Maria recovery operation during the middle of the night. Eren says that they wouldn't have made it this far without Armin. Armin even made it possible for them to find Reiner, who had been hiding inside of the walls, and they were able to overcome the Colossal Titan. And it was all because of Armin. So Eren says that the only one who can save humanity isn't Erwin, it isn't himself, it is Armin. Then Mikasa says with a very dark tone in her voice, "Give me the serum." Like she is saying, with no waver in her voice, that she will kill Levi if he doesn't give the serum to her. Which we all know will never happen. So Flock tries to intervene, but fails because Mikasa just looks him down like, "Shut your damn mouth." And then Flock gives us a petty speech, and again I'm having flashbacks, saying that they aren't the only ones who are hurting, and that there are no survivors left on the other side of the wall. They had all been killed by the bombardment of boulders thrown at them by the Beast Titan. And the fact that Erwin had led those soldiers into the battle just so Levi could get his opening to kill the Beast Titan. He even listed on the people he knew that were killed. The names he listed were Gordon, Sandra, and Marlowe. Then, when Mr. freaking Flock Fodder Soldier had found Commander Erwin on the other side of the wall and saw that he was alive, he said that he wanted to end his suffering. But then, he said that he realized that the situation was problematic, and saying that he understood that the only one capable of saving humanity was a demon, and that resurrecting said demon was his mission. And so he says that he will not allow Mikasa or Eren to interfere, and tries to push Mikasa off of Levi before Levi yells at Flock to stop. Then Hanji comes out of nowhere and basically wraps her arms around Mikasa and pulls her away from Levi. Levi then takes the Titan serum out of its box and pulls out the bottle that has a serum in it. Hanji then yells at Mikasa that if they lose Erwin, then the Survey Corps would have almost no one left, and that they would lose the symbol of humanity. Mikasa also argues that Armin can do the same, but Hanji says that they have many more battles to fight and that they still need Erwin's experience. So Mikasa then has this look in her eyes that she knows Armin would die at that point as she watches Levi hold the serum and has a flashback of her, Armin, and Eren as kids. I totally ship Hanji x Mikasa now. So then we see Eren grab Levi's ankle as he's about to inject Erwin, and we see him tell Levi about the ocean and how it was Armin's dream to go and see it. Levi seems to then be thinking about what Eren had said and looks like he feels bad for taking away Eren's best friend. But he quickly shakes this off by standing up, grabbing Bertolt's shirt collar, and saying, "Everyone get out of here now. I have to let Erwin consume Bertolt at this spot." So everyone prepares to leave, and Levi Squad 2.0 says their goodbyes to Armin as they start to leave the area. Eren then gets pulled away by Mr. Freaking Flock Fodder Soldier, and then we cut back to Levi, who is getting flashbacks of the night before the expedition when he had eavesdropped on Eren, Mikasa, and Armin's conversation they were having about going to the ocean someday. Then we see flashbacks of him talking to Erwin in Chapter 80, and then we see the flashback of Levi talking to Kenny as Kenny died in Chapter 69. Then Levi finally bends down and holds the needle up to Erwin's arm and is about to eject him with the serum. But Erwin wakes up, pulls away his arm, and tells Levi to give the serum to Armin, and then whispers his final words, "Levi, thank you." And then comes one of my favorite parts of the chapter. We cut to a shot of Bertolt, who is waking up after getting his ass kicked by Eren. We see Armin in Titan form picking him up off of the roof and eating him while he whines like a little bitch. Typical Bertolt. He shouts for Annie and Reiner to save him, but it proves useless since Reiner is currently at the top of the wall with Zeke, and Annie is still trapped in the crystal she trapped herself in back in episode 25 of the anime and chapter 33 of the manga. And in the midst of Bertolt's temper tantrum, Armin in Titan form eats him, and then the Colossal Titan is no more. Gone, done, the threat is gone. Then it cuts back to Levi, Hanji, Erwin, and Mr. Freaking Flock Fodder Soldier, where Levi is responding to Mr. Freaking Flock Fodder Soldier, who had asked why Levi chose to save Armin, and Levi responding with Erwin had no choice but to become a demon, and that they should leave him to rest in peace while he tells Erwin that there would be a delay in the killing of the Beast Titan. Then we see Hanji, who says that Erwin is finally dead, and then we see Levi's heartbroken face, which is honestly surprising because we went from this to this. And then we see in the final moments of the chapter, Armin emerging from his Titan form with all of the squad, Levi Squad 2.0 crowding around him, holding his unconscious body while they all have tears running down their faces. And then the final message we always see at the end of these chapters on the final page: the spirit of the Survey Corps retains its glory because legacies continue to be passed on. And that, my faithful viewers, that is the end of Chapter 84 of Attack on Titan, and I will say that this is a nice change of pace for the story, in my opinion. I mean, the past few chapters have basically all been a slap in the face, and then we see Armin, who is one of my favorite characters, live, and Bertolt, my least favorite character, being killed by Armin himself. Now we have to wait till September to see what happens next, but overall I am very satisfied, and it hasn't left me with any unanswered questions. Well, other than the fact of, is Erwin canon? But that isn't important to the story right now, and I am very satisfied by the end of this chapter. I'd also like to say that one of the YouTubers I watch for Attack on Titan chapter reviews, Y Buffet, he predicted that Erwin would wake up and tell Levi to give the serum to Armin, and that he would see a random Titan appear as we saw in this chapter. His prediction came true, and I would like to say congrats to him. I think that some of his AOT theories are actually pretty good, so I suggest you go check them out. Anyways, that will be the end of this video. I hope you all like it, and that you will maybe leave some of your own theories and thoughts in the comment section below. Anyways, thank you all for watching this, and please hit that like button and subscribe for more monthly reviews of Attack on Titan chapters, and much more other content. Not really. Bye everyone, and I will see you in the next video.